Cheers, I do, buckaroos. How the heck are you? You know who I am at this point. So I've got some Sugarland. This is a very interesting product. Silver Cloud Tennessee Sour Mash Moonshine at 100 proof. This is made from cane and grain. So we got sugar and grain that makes this unaged sour mash like product, which is why it intrigued me. I was intrigued. That's why I picked it up. But I decided to make a martini out of it. Martini number four, the last of the day. Last martini of the day, I should say. From the Sugarland product. So I've got a dirty martini going on. I've got 3 ounces of this sour mash. I've got about a quarter ounce of olive juice to make it a dirty martini. There is no dry vermouth in this drink. Mm. Oh, very nice. So my wife and I decided to get out. We don't get out to eat very often, so we decided to treat ourselves this evening. Went to Missouri Mice. I got to tell you, it was very good. She had a pork tenderloin dinner. I had the prime rib. The prime rib was rather tasty. There's enough to have for breakfast in the morning. So anyway, enough for both of our meals out for breakfast in the morning. I ordered it rare, and here's why. Because typically every place, if you order rare, they give it to you medium rare, right? You order medium, they give it to you medium well. So yeah, I ordered rare knowing I was only going to be able to eat a certain amount. The rest I wanted to heat up for breakfast. So I ordered it rare. And if you've ever had a prime rib, you know that outside of that prime rib always gets a little bit more done. So I ate all of that. And I saved that less done prime rib to heat up in the morning. So I've got a beautiful steak and eggs going for breakfast. Anyway, my wife's got quite a bit of her pork tenderloin left as well. So, anyways, yeah, I want to have one more martini like product with you. So I've got two uh, garlic stuffed olives, the primitive Old Crow olives. Oh, want to relax and have one more cocktail with you. This is a very nice product. Yeah. So I got to be honest with you. Of the two aged whiskeys, I did prefer the rye. However, I did like this one as well, and I couldn't make up my mind which one to buy. When I had to narrow it down to one, I actually decided on the rye. But I did go back and pick this one out too. 'Cause I did like the aromas and flavors. I did like the rye better, but at that moment, right? And that's the part I couldn't get past. Was maybe tomorrow I'd like this one. That's why I bought both of them. At this particular moment, I like the flavors of this. But anyway, I digress. Uh, Monkey pus. Oh yeah, yeah. We don't do something like that very often. Sometimes I have a hard time. Uh, you know, justifying the money. But the truth is, we don't get out very often. I feel like we both deserve just a nice meal out for a change. We both brought enough home for another meal tomorrow. So here we go. We have some prime rib for breakfast, damn it. Yeah, yeah, I got brought quite a bit back. I felt like I ate quite a bit too. So, oh my God. Ah, the martini. I haven't had a martini in quite some time. Got to celebrate the martini. I am more of a Manhattan guy, sometimes old fashioned. But by golly, there's something. Sometimes you just want a martini. Let's bring back. I think we should bring back the 3 or 4 martini lunch. I think the world worked better when we had a 4 martini lunch. Yeah, I think people were more open to negotiation after they had 2 or 3 martinis. People were more willing to compromise, right? They were more open for negotiation. Of course, there was a downside, right? There was a downside back then. There was some misogyny going on, right? Everybody wasn't exactly treated equal back in the 70s and 80s. No, they were not. I think every barmaid my dad knew was named Honey Baber Toots, and somehow my mom wasn't bothered by it. It was a different time. They were all named Honey Baber Toots. I don't know who named them. I don't know why they named them Honey Baber Toots, but that's what they were all called back in the 70s. Honey Baber Toots. Anyway, I digress. The only thing I wonder is how I didn't turn out that way. When I look at some of my family members and cousins and all the way some of them turned out, going, oh my God, how did I not turn out that way? How did I turn out? How did I not turn out to be some backwards fuck like all these other people did? Oh my lord, a lot of misogyny going on back then. Pretty paper tits. Some of you think I'm kidding, but I'm not. If you happen to be around 1977, you would know everybody was named Honey Paper Toots. Anyway, I digress. Oh, but who didn't love hot pants or halter top? I'm just saying. The 70s were made for misogyny. It was tailor made, man. I had sisters 5 and 6 years older than I was, so sometimes my cousin would come over to my house, just because, right? And he was 2 years older than I was, so he'd come over. And I remember sometimes the friends would come over, they'd knock on the door and say, "Is so and so here?" And I said, "No, they're not here." And they'd bend over and we'd act like we didn't know what was going on. We just keep talking to her, make her talk to us as long as she would talk to us. Because she was wearing a nice halter top and didn't have much else on. It was the 70s. What can I say? It was just it was just meant for blatant misogyny. Oh my god. Some of the conversations I heard I really shouldn't have heard. But it was a different time back then. And here's the thing though, you hope that people could move on and get past what was. You know, uh, I can't tell you how many people well, friends, ex-friends. I I had a friend, local friend, kept going on about when the whole grab by the pussy line came out from Donald Trump, and he kept saying, "Well, haven't you all ever talked like that at some point in your life?" And I would say, "Yeah," but I would like to admit that we've all gone past that, right? We've all grown past that point. At a certain age, you should look at somebody like Donald Trump and say that's not appropriate anymore, right? And his answer to me was no. So, I mean, I don't know how you have a rational conversation with somebody that doesn't think that misogyny is wrong. I mean, you expect an 18-year-old to talk a certain way, but somebody 70 shouldn't be talking about grabbing them by the pussy. And if you're okay with that, well, that's a problem. Well, Tom, you can't tell me you've never talked like that in your life. No, I can't tell you I've never talked like that in my life, but I will tell you that I've grown past it. Yeah, I've got a wife and I've got a daughter and I've got grandkids. So yes, I don't talk like that anymore, nor do I associate with people that do think that's okay. And if you're of a certain age and you still think that that's okay, well, there's a problem with you and not me. And that's the problem with that whole ideologic that whole ideology that boys will be boys, right? Because what that does is that gives us a pass. That gives every boy a pass to be stupid. Boys will be boys. Well, yes, they will. Okay. So that means girls have to be a little bit smarter than boys because boys are just going to be boys and we're going to get a pass. We should, as a society, grown past that by now. And if we haven't, well, hell, well, I mean, if we haven't, well, we're doomed, right? We got assholes like Trump. We got DeSantis. We got fascists banning books. I hate having these discussions about well, they didn't ban books, Tom. They didn't ban books. They just said they shouldn't be in the schools. Okay, well, how are you okay with the Diary of Anne Frank being banned? What logical reason would you say that the Diary of Anne Frank should be banned? Well, I don't know, Tom. I don't think it should be banned, but hey, that's that school district. That has nothing to do with me. Yeah, if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. If you're not standing up and saying the Diary of Anne Frank should not be banned in any form at all, well, then you are the problem. To try to trot out other things and say, well, what about this? What about that? No, no. Let's focus on one thing. Are you okay with the Diary of Anne Frank being banned? That's all I'm asking. I'm asking you one simple question. If your answer is no, then stand up and say, I'm not okay. Go to Ron DeSantis and say, that's not okay. Go to every fascist ass Greg Abbott Republican and say, that's not okay. Because if you're not willing to do that, then everything else you have to say is irrelevant. Because once again, if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. Anyways, anyways, I digress. This is absolutely brilliant. God, this stuff. I was. So here's the thing. I wasn't going to buy this. I wasn't. But then she offered me a sample, and I had a sample, and I still wasn't going to buy it. Even though I did like it, I will admit I did like the sample. I just liked the other sample a little better, so I said, okay, I'm just going to buy that one. But then we got talking about other things, and it was just such good customer service. I wouldn't have bought the two. Because it really is good, man. I did prefer the rye barrel better, or the rye spirit better, to be honest with you. However, the rye grain. But this one was good, which was part of the reason why I bought it. Because it's not to say that tomorrow I won't like this one better. Just at that particular moment, I like those particular flavors better. But as I'm drinking this one right now, that's good. That's good, damn it. That's really good. Rod, how are you, man? I just saw your posts or your comments. Some hibachi, very good, very good. Good to hear from you, man. Hadn't heard from you in a while. Glad to see you're doing all right. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna wrap this up. Wrap it up. I had a fabulous Thunderbirds moment there. Wrap it up. I'll take it. Good old. Anyways, had a fabulous Thunderbirds moment. Jimmy was talking to me. Anyways, good old Jimmy Vaughn. Anyway, I am. Yeah, I am Tom, the Whiskey Whisperer, Whiskey Evangelist, prolific whiskey drinker, purveyor, wisdom man. Do 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 do. All right, good guy. Thanks, man.